Hi there, it's Lucy Clark from Mind Food, and welcome to another week. This is a very special week. It's Mental Health Awareness Week. We think it's really important to get involved, as you might imagine. Everybody who has a mind has mental health, and so it's really important to have a think about the ways that you can really look after that. And a really good place to start is with your 5 ways to well-being, and those are the habits of 5 habits of people who would consider themselves to have good well-being. As researched by the New Economics Foundation. So they are connecting, taking notice, being active, keeping on learning, and giving. And over the course of this week, we're going to go into each of those in a bit more detail. Now, you may be very lucky, I guess, and find that all of these 5 things come very naturally. But if you're struggling with your mental health, then you'll probably find that at least one of these well-being habits has kind of fallen by the wayside. And for me, the first one to get started with, and the one that I personally struggled with initially, was connecting. And that's because it's really easy to hide yourself away when you're not feeling okay. You kind of retreat and withdraw from others, and it's kind of like an act of self-defense. In the first instance, you feel better for it, but unfortunately, the longer you do it, the harder it gets to reconnect with the world. And before you know it, you've become completely isolated, and weeks and months go by, and it just gets harder and harder. And it can feel like a really huge step to particularly in a big, busy city, it can feel like a really huge step, and you might not have any idea how to kind of jump back in. Yes, you could maybe make contact with friends and family. That's a great place to start. But, that's just not an option for some people. And so what we wanted to do, sorry about the dog here, what we wanted to do is give you some ideas. If you're wanting to connect but not knowing where to start, really, it's about finding little ways that you can kind of stake your claim on the community around you. And it's about reminding yourself that you have a really essential place in the world. So this is how we think you could get back into the swing of things. And you'll really find that the more you do of this, the easier it becomes. So one of the easiest ways to start is to start connecting with your local community, and that can be as basic as just acknowledging the people that you see in your street and in the shops every day, and just acknowledging them with maybe a nod or a smile, possibly even a word or two or a wave, but it doesn't have to be too involved. And the second thing that you might want to do is maybe have a look at your local community and have a think about local causes that you might support. It's really good to have share a common purpose with others as a way to connect with people. And then the third thing you can do is literally have a think about things that you enjoy or used to enjoy, and see if you can find a community that are already doing those things. And it may be a community that you connect with online in the first instance, but what you're really looking for is people who enjoy the things that you enjoy and are supportive of each other and have a passion for what they do. Another really good place to start, and it's a good one particularly if you're a bit of an introvert, is to reach out to the natural world. So obviously at Mind Food we're really big on connecting with nature, and we form a connection with nature by growing our own food, and hopefully one day you'll be able to come along and join us and do just that. But if it's not practical at the moment to do that, it can be as simple as having a look at your natural environment, the natural environment around you, and understanding what happens within it. So, for example, do you know all the plants and trees that are in your area? Would you know the wildlife that comes to visit? Would you be able to recognise different birds and butterflies and bees and insects? And if that's too much detail for you, it can be as everyday as maybe knowing the cats that are in your street, or the dogs, or maybe a family of foxes that raid the bins from time to time. So yes, it's really just about you know getting getting to grips with your community. It's your community too, and it really does help to buddy up with the best of it. So I hope that helps. Again, you know, if you like this, if you could like us, love us, follow us wherever you found us, and as ever, if you could share this with whoever you feel would benefit. Thanks very much. Bye.